Hi guys. Oh, look at that top. Isn't that great? Just look, I don't even know what it is. She looks a bit worried. What are you looking at, love? She looks a bit nervous. How are you all doing, guys? Welcome to Mark Bajerski's serious crystal channel. Not. How are you all doing? It's a beautiful day today. All your crystals have been lovingly packed, wrapped and shipped. Have a coffee now. Relax, everybody. I put some ginger in this coffee, and this is my second coffee today. In fact, that's not true. It's my first coffee. I've drunk a tiny bit of coffee out of there. You can't see, but I only drunk a tiny bit. So I only have like 2 or 3, just a couple of mouthfuls, and that's it. So I'm not a big coffee drinker. I don't drink it down to the bottom. I never have. So not here anyway. Do you know why I waste coffee? Do you know why I have a bath right up to here? When I'm in the bath, it comes right up to here. Do you know why I always leave coffee at the bottom of my cup, or leave lots of it? I'll tell you. My dad used to go crazy with me if I ever left any coffee in my cup. And he used to go absolutely crazy with me if I had more than this much water in the bath. So as you get older, you say, you know what, I can leave the coffee and I can have a bath full up to the top. Don't tell me your parents don't cause issue in your life. They bloody do. They certainly mess us up sometimes. My mum messed me up in a loving way, to be loving and kind and caring. My dad messed me up. So I leave coffee in my cup and fill the bath water so it's spilling over. Everybody, why do you do that? Because I can. Do you know what? If children are just left to their own natural devices, the world would be a beautiful place. Oh, you can't do that. You've got to tell them what to do. Yeah, well, you end up like me then, leaving that coffee. It's a great day today, guys. Let's do a workshop, shall we? You've all been asking for a workshop, so I've had about, 15, 20 over the past week. Can we do a workshop on crystals? Yeah, okay, then let's do a workshop on crystals. It's now 4 o'clock here in the not so sunny mountain of Mijas Pueblo. I got my green top on. Now I'm ready to do a little workshop. So what I did was I quickly grabbed a few crystals. Okay, there are a few crystals on there, different kinds of crystals, and I'll explain why I chose certain types. And this should be a really interesting workshop, and I'll go from one to the other and then tell you how I work with them. So if you've never met me before, I'm the crazy guy who does YouTube channels about lemons and certain subjects that can be a bit taboo, certain things, laugh a lot at my own jokes because nobody else does. But prior to all of this, I was a healer for a decade and a half, and basically I worked every single day in a little room, tiny little room on top of this mountain, and the room was like a quarter of the size of this. I just managed to get a healing bed in there and a little table to do my psychic work, which is energy readings, I used to call them. Basically, I used to put my hands over yours and feel your energy. And I got to the stage after so many years of being able to be pretty precise on feeling your body just by placing my hands over yours. And like, you know, Reiki masters, how the hell do you do that? I say, I don't know. I just feel it. And I think, you know, you don't know everything. You don't know how it works or why, but if you practice it enough, and I've always said this in all of my beautiful courses I've done all over the world, practice makes perfect. And we're using a part of our psyche, our gift that has been suppressed by a system that systematically suppresses and enslaves us to not be the powerful. I'm not going to say God, but you are powerful. And I just like glimpsed a fraction of that by constantly working and feeling and trusting. So yeah, I became pretty popular for many years, and to a point where if you read my next book, it's coming out soon, it's just about finished, you'll know why I stopped doing the readings. I'm going to keep that a secret for the book. But yeah, it took me nearly, I don't know how many years. You know, I stopped so many years ago, but it's taken a while for people to accept that, and a lot of people got upset with me, and quite rightly so. You know, if you're going to do a job, do it till you drop dead, or else I'm going to be upset with you. Where you going? It's like me with my hairdresser. That somebody said to me, "What's the worst thing that could happen to you?" And I thought about it. I said, "Losing my hairdresser." Do you know what an awful thing I just said there, because I actually did lose my hairdresser. Martin. Wow. Oof. Did I just say that? Martin, beautiful guy. Only passed away maybe a year and a half ago, something like that. Died of cancer. What a beautiful guy. Anyway. All right, guys. Sorry, you know what I'm like. Go off on one. Let's start the workshop. Okay, strike all that last stuff out. Let's start the workshop. Okay, it's a great day today to just put my hand down and grab a couple of crystals. Okay, so first of all, guys, you already know, if you've watched this program before, this is my favorite crystal that absorbs negative energy. These are called tektites. I have two tektites here. One is on, as you can clearly see, it's mounted, and one is in my hand. So what would I do with these? Well, a lot of people, when they're in the energy of feeling utmost stress and it's affecting their stomach, is I would get a very long piece of string and mount it down to my stomach belly button, round here. And I would place that around there, and I would simply put my left or right hand over the crystal like this, and then this hand either like this or gently on here, so I'm comfortable. So as I'm feeling the healing taking place, as I am now, it's a simple case of just closing your eyes and relaxing in that moment, and then just gently moving your hand from side to side. And the reason why I like these kind of crystals, because they roll real easily. So I roll in motion left and right and let the healing taking place as I close my eyes and feel the energy of healing taking place in my body. The left or right hand, when it's exposed and you've got this beautiful crystal in your hand as well, what you're doing is you're receiving the energy of healing, which is going through your hand because you're asking for the healing, and it will naturally go through your hand because your hands are like an antenna, and it's a natural thing. You bring it. You've seen the Buddha do it. Okay, one hand here, one hand like this, one hand here. You see Jesus do it. There's a reason why all of these people do this, because you receive in one hand and you blast in the other. A lot of people make the mistake thinking, oh, well, that's for other people. Actually, no, you can give it yourself. Hold one hand here, another hand here, and you will receive and blast energy and heal yourself. It really is amazing how people believe that only somebody else can heal them, and that's going to be the best way to heal, when actually you can heal yourself very easily. And I've proven that to myself. I've healed a lot of illnesses of many years that I had, and I no longer have them. So self-healing is an amazing thing, and with crystals it's a double whammy. And the reason why is because as I'm showing you this and I'm moving this around a certain place where I'm feeling I've been attacked, or somebody said something horrible, or, you know, I feel really bad and it's in my stomach. What's happening is that very energy that the universe is so clever, it knows how to heal you, just like when you put your feet on Mother Nature. Mother Earth knows how to heal you and rebalance you. Well, the universe has that same flow, except it's in the air and it actually comes into you. And if you are able to channel that by having an open mind, open heart, and trusting, you will, if you still yourself, you'll feel it coming through. You will feel it coming through. I've done this 16 years. You think I'd stand there for hours on end doing this work if it didn't work? You really think somebody'd be that stupid to do that? And, you know, people coming back to you saying, Mark, this is working, this is working, this is working. Look at this, look at this scan, look at this tumor, look at this growth. Look at this. It's like, wow, it's working. So when you believe, when you truly believe in this work is when it really gets done, because we have a tendency to block ourselves from, that isn't working, this doesn't work. And that is an instant block. You block yourself. You create a block without even realizing. So when you allow that in, you're actually calling. It's a bit of a trick, really. When you allow it in, you're actually calling for it. You're not actually letting it in, you're calling for it, okay? But when you're saying, okay, I'm open to it, you're actually saying, okay, oh, look, somebody's ready. They're calling for it, okay? Even though you're saying, I'm open for it, you're actually calling for it. So it will naturally come straight through. As it comes through, I'm getting to a point, honestly. I will get to the point. When that energy pours through, it pours through where this crystal is. So now, after the half hour or 10 minutes of healing, you have now got a charged crystal and another charged crystal. One of the things you can do when you're really struggling with bad back pain, and I've only just realized this, sometimes when you've got a very gentle back pain, it's not always a back pain, it can be your liver, it can be your kidneys. And if it's your kidneys, what you want to do is turn around and, you know, like you put your hands here, there's a reason why you put your hands here, right? There's a reason why people stand like this. They're not standing like that because it's comfortable, they're standing like that because they've got a problem with their back. And a lot of the times, your body, not all the time by the way, but a lot of the times, everything that I see, don't treat it as black and white. Just think, whoa, there might be a bit of truth in that. Oh, well, not all the time. Yeah, you're right, not all the time. Not everything's all the time. But try and be open to the possibility of, hey, that might be true actually. Just like this is true. Oh, I've had a hard day today. I've just wiped away the negative energy. Or, oh my God, it's been such a tough day today. I've just wiped away the negative energy. Or when you lie down and you just go, why did you just put your hand there? Or why did you put it on here? Why did you put it there? Because your body is naturally healing itself by the natural healing process that we give ourselves day to day. So when you've got these two beautiful, this is why tektite is so special. I always have two with me all the time. And when I've got two with me, I can then put my hands on my back, lean back and just roll again for between 5 and 10 minutes. Now, what you'll probably find is that you'll start to feel even more pain. That's a good sign. And where that pain, because normally what happens is a crystal's energy will be like a blast of energy to the place where the issue is. So, does that make sense to you? Okay, because sometimes you can be holding a crystal and then feel an awful pain. That's because the power of the crystal has blasted its way to the exact place what needs healing. So therefore, when I lean back now, I start just gently rubbing, I've got a sharp pain coming from, it feels like the right side here of my kidneys. So as that is happening, I will gently roll up, further up to where that pain is, and I will equal that with the other crystal on the opposite side, because not always that you think one side is where the issue is. So I make sure that I get it on both sides. So it's a safety protection for me. So if I'm doing a heal, this might be a little bit complicated for you guys, okay? But what it means is when a client's lying down and I feel a pain and it's their pain. It may be their left boobie, right? So if I'm hovering over the left boobie, you won't, no healer touches, no good healer needs to touch. So you don't touch, you just hover over, okay? And then you think, okay, it's this one, but then it could be a mirror image feeling. And I used to realize that when I was doing psychic work. So I'd be attuning to somebody sat next to me. I'd say, oh my God, your left eye. Oh my God, what's happened to it? And they'd go, actually, you're right, but you're wrong. It's my right eye. So I'd realize, wow, I'm mirroring that person. So whenever you do any kind of work, if, for instance, you're getting a real bad pain in your jaw or your chest here, always mirror it to the other side with a crystal equal and then give that same energy both sides. And there's a reason for that, but I'm not going to go into massive detail in this one, okay? But always mirror it. It's a really good, it really works, trust me, okay? And there's reasons for it. Okay, once that's done, once you've worked on there for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, then you basically charged, they're self-charged, so you're ready to use them again. You can always just mount this one and keep this in your pocket or in your purse or in your bag or next to your bed, okay? So it's always there around. This, if it's down here and you're feeling it in your stomach, you would place it here. If you're being attacked by other people and people are saying awful things, you would swing this around and let it drop down to the back and you'd let it hang there. And often I used to have my tektite on my back, and guess what? I'd mount this one and put it on the other side. So I'd have two, one on one side, one on the other. So it's blasting through and clearing away. Okay, that's the first little gem. How was that? Did you enjoy that? You like these workshops? I hope so. Everything that I share with you is what I've learned over the years. Okay, slice of, agate. Bit of agate here. Love agate. Love every type of agate I love. They don't really have much. I don't know. People don't seem to be that keen on it, but I love agate. It's beautiful. Okay, so here's the thing. When you are feeling strong and happy, when you're feeling confident, right? When you're feeling in a mood where, wow, I feel really good. Ask yourself, why do you feel in that mood? What is it has made you feel like that? What is triggering you to feel good about a certain thing? Okay? So, I'm feeling in a good mood today. I often feel in a good mood most days, but today is an extra special day because in 2 hours, something's going to happen. And in those 2 hours, right the way till the next morning, something which has happened, which is a project which has taken 2 years, is now at the final stage. And you'll all know about it tomorrow because I'm going to share it with you if all goes to plan. So I'm excited about this. So what that means is the energy that I'm feeling is an excitement over something that's been accomplished. So what that means is my energy now is the thought, the feeling, and my perception of the possibilities of everything going right, all the work that I've put into it and everybody else, all of this coming together to be positive. Okay, so what do I do with that energy? I channel it into a crystal. I place both hands over it, or I place one hand here and one hand here, calling for the energy here as well as here. So it comes into me. So that energy pours through here. You can place it on your heart because, of course, if you're feeling happy, it normally generates around the heart energy. Makes sense, right? So you could place 2 hands or 1 hand, doesn't matter. But you sit in that energy, and the secret is to focus on that positivity. So I would now focus on the end result, all the wonderful work we've done, all the compassion, all the commitment, all the amazing moments that we have put into this project, and the joy of climbing that mountain to now come into fruition. Okay, so I'd do that for maybe 10 minutes. If I'm really feeling excited, really feeling this energy, I would maybe do it for an hour and use a kind of meditation technique in that, of just channeling that energy and focused energy, okay? You don't need to focus on the crystal, because the crystal is getting the download. A crystal is a download computer. It is. Oh, what's he talking about? That has memory now, and it's got the memory of what we've just been speaking about. I've just placed it in there. Now, what would I do with this? I would put this somewhere, and I would get a glass of water and put the glass of water on there. And anytime I want to drink a glass of water, I would always put the glass on this coaster. Cleverly, this energy in this beautiful crystal now will energize that water, because every drop of water holds a crystal. This is now energized to the vibration, to the energy, to the memory of what we've just put into this, my thought and feeling. So I would leave that there for a matter of minutes, 5 minutes, 10 maximum, and then I would drink that water. And I guarantee you that after I've drunk that water, within a space of minutes to 15 minutes, I will feel that very same energy from that glass of water to what I have put into here. Therefore, think about this. Whatever you're feeling at any given moment, if it's positive, put it into a beautiful piece of crystal that you can mount a drink on or next to. Okay, but this is why I'm showing you this, because this is how I use these. Okay, fabulous way, and it works so well. So if you're in love with somebody, put the love into it and then put it down and then have a drink. You will always feel that love again. Okay, and so on. You can talk about many different feelings, but you do it when you're feeling your highest, when you feel amazing. If you've just had a laugh with a friend on a phone and you feel exhilarated, run over to the crystal. Feel that energy and put it into it. It's called charging, positive charging into crystals, okay? What do you think I've been doing 16 years? Why do you think so many people buy my crystals? Because I put that energy into them. Why do you think I've got to work on being happy every day? Why do you think my fridge is full of fruit and vegetables? Why do you think I've cleared my family who's toxic in my life? I have sacrificed so much to walk the path because I know that this is my job. My work is to put good energy into it. If I'm a miserable git, you won't buy any of my crystals because I'll send them to you and you say I didn't feel anything. So you have to work on what you do and put 100% of that work into it, which is what I do. So there's another little beautiful technique, a little golden nugget of what you can do with these beautiful slices of agate. You can use any crystals, by the way, guys, okay? But agate's a beautiful one. Okay, let me have another drink. How are we doing? Anybody need the toilet? Anybody need the toilet? Yes, you can just go anytime you want, no problem. Oh, it's like a workshop. I used to do so many day workshops. I used to love them. Obviously, I'm talking like 50 times faster now than I would do in a workshop, and I'd explain far more in detail. So you get that right. We've only got so long. I only like to go up to 30 minutes on these. Okay, what we got here? I know, I got a better idea. Okay, so we've got a couple of pieces of blue lace agate, okay? A lot of people, this isn't sexist, okay? Don't get me wrong, I'm never sexist, but men kind of accept, well, maybe I'm wrong, maybe the world's changing. I'm talking about my era, okay? The guys that I know. We kind of try and grow old gracefully, I guess, and we don't, you know, well, I use a bit of cream now, but I do it because it's Don Tolman's, but women get a little bit upset because as they get older, they look at their face and say, oh, I'm aging, and men just don't even bother looking in the mirror. I try and tell you guys, don't look in the mirror. It's a waste of time. If you look in the mirror, 2 seconds and then go, because you will always find, if you look in the mirror more and more, you'll find more problems, more issues. You'll see that on my other videos, okay? But if you are a little bit worried because you're going through trauma in your life, you've been through heartache, you've been through loss of family members, you've got maybe illness, and you're really looking at yourself thinking, well, you just look at my face, I look tired, I look exhausted. Here's a really wonderful thing to do, and I often do it. Take a couple of beautiful crystals like these, and you can have them smaller, but I like them this size. That's why I'm showing you different sizes and why I'm choosing these kind of crystals, okay? So I've got these in my hand. Okay, so lying down is the best time to do it, okay? Because you're more relaxed and your hands, when you're lying down, are easily comfortable because they can rest more. But here it's a little bit more challenging, but you can do it this way as well. So what you're doing is revitalizing your skin. You're re-energizing your skin and you are refreshing yourself. So in truth, you are clearing the stress that is attached to your physical body, which is also around the emotional body. This is your energy, aura, chi, prana, okay? Life force. When you take these 2 beautiful crystals and gently rub them around the eyes, the forehead, and then here's another one, which is an amazing thing to do, is to rub around the section of the jaw, because most people struggle with stress and grind their teeth when they're asleep and they don't even know it. By doing this and going to the temples, around the temples, and going around the head and then down to the eyes, around the eyes, and then just sitting there and allowing the work to take place, you'll start to feel a heaviness. And that's a good sign because, again, the crystal is blasting energy and healing and clearing the negativity. So from that pain, which is now slightly going away from the top of my head, it's now going further inwards. So you can see that crystals move energy at the same time. So just keep doing that because it's not just moving it, it's pulling it out, it's clearing it. Now I'm feeling a lot better now. My face is becoming lighter. Okay. So I'd be doing this for now, maybe 10 or 15 minutes. Oh my God, you feel amazing afterwards. The crystals need to be polished. Don't be using, you're not going to be rubbing that on your face, right? Unless... Okay, so after you've done that and it's cleansed and cleared, these crystals always put at the side of your bed. So one on one bedside cabinet, one on the other. The energy of this will continue in the room, okay? So fabulous, okay? Now think to yourself, wow, Mark said do that. Well, I wonder if I can do that maybe around the heart area. Will that help? So start to think for yourself and then start to use the crystals and then let me know what works for you. I've helped people with severe tinnitus and not completely eradicate it, but really bring it down to a place where they feel a lot more comfortable by using crystals around the ears and at the back. Okay. Now, what I sometimes want to do is create, and it's a struggle for me to talk about this, but there are times that I want abundance in my life. I want miracles. I want things to happen, So when I'm in that energy of feeling, I'm in the mood, that's when the real time to work with these crystals begin. These are pyrites. Pyrites are great crystals for abundance. Not because they just look like gold, but there is something in that, but it's because you feel the abundance when you hold them. You feel powerful, you feel strong, you feel like you can I mean, I love wearing pyrite when I'm wanting to create something and do something and, become powerful. Pyrite is an amazing crystal. However, holding pyrite together like this and creating that energy, and then when you've felt that energy and you create that energy by all your thoughts putting into the crystal, by just sitting there and contemplating the possibilities of an outcome which is positive, which most of us don't do. We always look at it as it's all going to go wrong, everything's going to go. No, change the chip. See your life amazing. See yourself in places. See everything working out. Put that energy into believing in life and just have fun with it. When you've done that after 10 or 15 minutes of meditation in this kind of abundance way, you take these crystals and you will put them in certain places, like one in your till if you have a business, stick it in the till, or the other you'd put it in your handbag or your purse, okay? And then just leave them there. That is an amazing thing to do. There are times in life that we inevitably will say goodbye to a loved one. It is probably one of the most challenging moments of our life, especially when we love them very much and we can't hold them again. I went through that many, many times, and after at 12 years old losing my mum, I decided when I came into this field of work to give from my heart to make up. I don't know why. I just felt like I'd abandoned my mum for one day. I didn't go and see her one day when she was in Cookeridge. And I think that haunted me for a long time. I gave up that one day of not seeing my mum for a new girl that I'd met, okay? She was called Julie. I remember her, such a lovely girl. And I walked with her in the park, and the guilt when I was walking in the park was so severe that I knew I did wrong. And it was maybe a month later my mum passed, but that moment stayed with me for the rest of my life. It still haunts me to this day, even though you'll say, but it does. We get haunted by certain things. We get upset and we feel guilt. When we lose somebody, we feel guilt. We feel, should've, coulda, woulda, why didn't I? And like, I was working with a lot of clients when I first started this healing path, because I wanted to give back and sort of say to my mum, I want to give back because I didn't do enough. I should have been there that day. So I wanted to give to people and share the understanding of healing. So I'd be giving healing sessions to anybody with cancer. And many people came and many people healed. Many people changed their life. Many people ate healthy food and cut out all poisons, and then the cancer stopped growing and they healed, and many people moved into the light depending on whatever happened. I was always there for them, and right up till the moment they either moved into the light and went back home, or they stayed here and they've become my friend. I've worked a lot with these crystals, and when you're feeling the guilt of you're missing them, one of the things that I used to like to do is place my client's hand, put these, they're called black tourmalines, place them in my client's hand and put it on the chest. And I used to say to them, how are you feeling at this moment? And they'd say, I feel guilty because of my children, and I'm really frightened of, if I move into the light, and how they're gonna survive without me. I'm gonna miss them, and that. And I change that energy and say, please focus on your children now, and will you just do this for me for the next hour? Just think about all the beautiful things that your children, that you're proud of. And we change that thought process, and they'd start crying, and the tears would be flowing, and my tears would be flowing. And at the end of 1 hour, she'd give them me back, or he would give them me back. And now I got these crystals, and I would say to them, now with these crystals, will you gift one of your family, the ones that you were thinking about, gift one of these crystals to them? And there's a reason why I'm telling you this, because when and if anything ever happened to my client, they would have a crystal and always have that memory of what my client was thinking about. And that was a really beautiful comfort to them. And even if they survived, this helped them change their chip in worrying about their mother to always remembering happy moments. So the mother would say, here, I'm giving you a crystal. This is always to remember me by, and all the times that we've had love and happiness. And they'd feel it and then remember that because of the feeling and the memory in the crystal. Now, I've said that because you can do the same thing with these crystals. If you have a negative memory of a moment that you lost somebody in the spirit world, like I did to my mum, I would hold these crystals and remember that memory, what made me feel bad, and then think, how can I change that memory? And then I'll remember the times that me and my mum used to go to bingo together, and every time the guy used to look at the balls and say the numbers, 88, and then, legs 11, and everybody would go, and stuff like that. It was really funny. And then we'd walk home together and we'd laugh and talk. And sometimes, this is a little secret, okay? We used to walk home, and as we're walking home, it's really dark and late, and my mum used to turn around, or I used to turn around, and then nobody there would go, poop. Or is it fart? And we'd laugh like that. And like, these memories that we have, I know it sounds stupid to you, but there were memories of me and my mum, and connecting and laughing. And so I would change that memory around of my loving mother to the guilt, and moving that away to now having these. So now I've got these, I would put them in certain places in my bedroom. In certain places I would have them located, which then would eradicate, clear away the guilt, which I don't have anymore. No more guilt. And also, the most beautiful thing about this is that you pull forward your mother, your brother, your child, your animal's energy when you think about them. And that's the connection then. So whenever you hold that again, you can connect to the very energy of your family and spirit, because they're always with us and next to us. So now you've charged a crystal up to be able to connect to your family. It's incredible, right? Okay, guys, listen, I could go on and on and on and on about all what I've learned with crystals. There is so much to learn with crystals, and it's so fascinating as a man who didn't believe in any of this to now knowing that it's all real. And I've just given you a taster for 37 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I think I'm going to put it onto both channels so you can have a taste of on both channels. I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe we'll do another workshop in another week or something. We'll do a Christmas workshop for an hour or something, okay? Have a most beautiful day. Thank you for going to markbajerski.com and buying your genuine, authentic crystals that have been worked upon by myself, just like this, as I do every day and night, because when most of you guys are fast asleep, that's when I begin my work. So have a great day from my heart to yours. Take care, guys, and enjoy your crystals wherever you buy them from. Have a great day.